Lesnar's one of my favorite. I mean, Brock Lesnar's one of my favorites.
Suplex City, exit F5. Go ahead.
So, like, but you take a guy like him who, the fewer you have like him, I mean, look at how much if he didn't bring so much value to the championship, that championship would be basically just take it off TV.
You know what?
Because it's not on TV enough.
Yeah.
Your main championship of your flagship show shows up, what, once a month?
If that.
Until he's leading up to his next match.
I disagree with you in that point because I think it has devalued the title.
And it has. It would have been devalued more if it wasn't on Brock.
Right.
Like if like when The Rock had it, The Rock brought star power, but The Rock holding that title devalued it.
Now I think this is
he pulled a Goldberg move though, like when The Rock won it when they changed the belt before it became the Universal Championship. When they changed the look of the belt,
right.
That's how long he had it for. Because remember, he won it, and then same time as Goldberg did, had it through the one pay-per-view in February. He lost it at Mania,
right.
So he was the transitional champ for like a month and a half.
Now. And I guess the whole and I guess the backstory of the Royal Rumble is the triple threat match with Braun Strowman, Kane, and Brock. I think Brock's going to win.
I think Brock's going to win. I think Brock's going to pin Kane.
Yes.
To retain. And it's going to keep Braun's still going to look strong.
Stay strong. That's what I was going to say.
And then Braun takes the title at WrestleMania.
I think you're going to see Roman Reigns win. I think you're going to see The Miz take the title off of Roman.
Well, there's a little thing.
There's a little hiccup there now. There is a little hiccup there now.
Just saying, but yeah. But I see where you're going with that, though.
I could see then, finally giving Roman Reigns the rub of taking the title back from the guy who he should have gotten it from in the first place, or however you want to look at it.
And then look, SummerSlam for at some point Braun's going to be champ.
Absolutely.
At some point.
Braun's also an interesting enough creature that right now he doesn't need the title.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
He's one of those guys that just like your Matt Hardy Bray Wyatt feud that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy, I'm gonna enter and I'm going to go after the Universal title. Well, are you?
Yeah. Well,
no, you and Bray Wyatt are going to have a weird feud that's going to either suck or be awesome.
It's sucking right now.
But I mean, if they would allow it to expand to the Wyatt family and
the Woken
Warriors and
this is what you say. It sucks now, but this is what your guy needs. He needs this.
He needs a feud, but this is not the feud. This is first off, all Matt Hardy has proven is that he can laugh like a goat.
Yeah.
That's all he's proven thus far. There's nothing there
because they're not letting him.
Well, didn't they say aren't they going to be doing something at the compound? Again, like all that crazy shit that at the compound.
Yeah, and
that's what got over with everybody on the internet and how you discovered it and whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I watched it and I was like, what the fuck? What is this?
I loved it.
It took me 2 or 3 times to watch it to get it. I was like,
between seeing
a friggin' lawnmower with the gardener, and the baby,
Senor Benjamin, King Maxwell,
and the baby. I was like, what is going? Am I on a bad acid trip here? I don't even know what's going on right now.
Then he's got Vanguard 1 hovering around behind him and stuff like that. He did reference Vanguard 1 on Twitter the other day.
Yes, he did.
He had a promo interview with Senor Benjamin and with him. Oh yeah. And it's all coming.
Like I said, as long as they let it happen, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But having him wear the broken Matt Hardy costume and just come on, get off my TV.
But WWE's version is they'll probably do all that and then they'll have a limo waiting. Take me to the arena.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
After a House of Horrors match, they go get in the limo. We'll meet back at the arena.
I have no faith in you. But now
things that you can take from the segment. Russ has no faith in you. I want an hour women's wrestling show so you can actually build storylines that I care about.
But I
like Samoa Joe.
And you like Samoa Joe.
Will like Samoa Joe and doesn't like Bray Wyatt.
But going off of the title match, I think whoever wins the Rumble, WWE, they're probably thinking, okay, we're going to have Brock win. Who can Brock work with?
That's the ultimate question
Yeah.
at this point. Who's going to beat Brock?
Yeah, and I think, a dark horse, just a dark horse here is Baron Corbin.
No.
Just a dark horse. But they've done stupid things like this before. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. But
He beat Brock Lesnar.
I would love to see a Finn Balor, especially a heel Finn Balor.
I was thinking. You're talking about dark horse. I was gonna say Finn Balor because he still has,
especially with the club behind him.
Yes.
Because that can be your
Yes.
X factor that
Yes.
levels the playing
Yes.
field with Brock.
and he still owed a rematch.
And that's
Still
one of
owed a
the,
rematch.
that's one of the biggest things that people talk about devaluing the championship is people lose it and don't get their rematches. You just lose it and you're done.
They've been
And-
building a friggin' rematch for a year.
I'm like, I would like that would be awesome to see. But again,
Especially if he comes out with the demon paint and that second persona of his with the club behind him. I think you see enough of a build to actually knock off Brock.
I think Finn Balor's fine coming out as Finn Balor, to be honest with you. I mean, I like the demon character too, but that's just one of those things that's like a WrestleMania thing to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
SummerSlam,
I think
WrestleMania,
someone said
couple times
WrestleMania, maybe Survivor Series, maybe, but I just think that Finn Balor can come out as Finn Balor at WrestleMania because he's over either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
And he's one of those guys that, like, you look at it, and I have this argument with a guy that I work with all the time when we talk pro wrestling. He's, oh, he's too small, he's too small, he's too small. And it's like, first off, you're not going to, like, I don't want to watch, just guys built like brick shit houses run into each other all day. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
But a guy like him, he's good enough in the ring to make it believable the way AJ Styles was against Brock. It was believable that he's good enough to make up for the size difference.
Balor and AJ are similar in a lot of ways. AJ's like, believe it or not,
AJ's probably one of the best in the world.
ever. To be honest with you, but they are experienced enough because Finn is 35.
Yeah.
he's not new. He looks a lot younger than what he is.
Oh, yeah.
But these guys have been around New Japan, Ring of Honor, whatever, on the indie scene. They know how to work a match with whomever you put in front of them. They need the chance to do that. Balor needs a chance to work with Brock. It's the ultimate story. David, Goliath.
The demon versus the beast.
The demon versus the beast, however you want to put it. If you want to use the demon character, go for it. Go. Right. You'll be selling T-shirts beyond.
You would not believe the amount of Balor T-shirts that you see out in the crowd. Like next time you watch a show, watch out and look out in the crowd. How many, between the old, like the original one that had like the demon teeth on it. Everything's Balor Club and
you also see a lot of Young Bucks stuff out there too. Just saying, Bullet Club. That was funny because on Raw, I think it was on Raw or SmackDown, they cut to a shot or whatever, and you could blatantly see like 3 or 4 guys with Young Bucks T-shirts.
Right. They
They immediately cut back out of that shot to another one. Way to go, Live TV.
Right.
Way to go.
Smooth move.
Smooth. But yeah, I would love it to see Finn Balor get his chance again because how bad was it? He wins the title,
Gets hurt.
screws his shoulder up, and is done for like 6-7 months. And he hasn't been heard from since. Yeah. I mean, granted, injuries happen, but come on, you're talking about over a year and a half.
And you know what? They've been talking a lot about, like, there's a lot of speculation that the Undertaker's going to come back for one more.
Oh, God.
And you know what? If he had the surgery on his hip and he's moving better, he's able to work better. I give that man enough credit that if he says he can, then he can. Because since the streak got broken, you've heard I don't know. The Undertaker's been iffy about it, but if he says he can, I give the man, just on his reputation alone, to say, okay. And you know what? They've been talking like, oh, what about Cena as his last opponent? I don't want to see that. What about, this one? What about that one? You know who, if he doesn't win the Rumble, you know who I would love to see? Finn Balor. Because they're talking about a guy young enough and good enough to help The Undertaker where he falls short now. The demon versus the dead man.
But you know what?
Sign it up. Let's see it.
Well, first off, it should have been Sting versus the Dead Man.
The Icon versus the
But
female. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what should have been. But I think if you do that, you ruin last WrestleMania.
Well, the title, the Demon versus the Dead Man, it's a great title, but I think I don't want to see Cena Undertaker either. I don't want to see it either, but in Vince's head, that's what's going to sell tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And I think that's the underlying.
and that's the two things what you just said.
Yep.
It's gonna taint what he did last year. Retiring.
And I think we're going to find it because he's billed to be there on Monday. They're saying he's going to be at Raw 25 because how does he not?
No, you're right.
Him dead, I guess.
Right? Does he come out in his biker guard for one more run as the American Badass?
Oh my goodness. So I mean, I hope not. I hope not.
Have Undertaker come out leather clad as biker boy.
Yeah.
Have Balor come out in his leather jacket, Balor Club.
Yeah.
Have them interact somewhere between the Royal Rumble and the whatever they're calling the one in between the Rumble and Mania.
Fastlane.
So then all of a sudden at Fastlane something happens where now you start seeing Balor cutting promos as the Demon King, and then all of a sudden you start hearing the gong again, and they build up to the Dead Man versus. Hey, listen, man, I don't write this stuff.
I know.
I just have good ideas that
We
people
can
should
all
listen
dream.
to.
I know, but you know what though, it's out there.
Yeah.
It's definitely out there. So
And I'm going to take credit for that idea if it happens.
But I think the more we talk, it's like it seems to be Finn Balor's time.
I don't. Aside from pushing somebody that doesn't need the push, I mean, obviously Roman Reigns' name is not on that list right now.
Right, but you know it's going to.
You know it's going to be, and like I said, I believe he's going to drop the title of the Miz.
Oh yeah.
They're pushing the Miz too hard. The Miz Taraj is going to get
100%.
involved.
Don't look at me.
I'm gonna puke
Don't
right
look at
now.
me.
I'm gonna puke right now.
They need to do something better with Bo Dallas and have him be a lackey too. I don't care if you get him on with his brother somehow.
You talk about a guy that came up with a lot of hope and a lot of promise.
and got hooked with a really.
It got hooked on
He got hooked with a really shitty gimmick and has just been buried ever since.
I know it, but you know what? That's what he does.
Have the Miz kick him out of the Miz Taraj, replace him with somebody else that doesn't matter. Have him go hook up with Bray and actually start a full Wyatt family where maybe eventually they bring the Bludgeon Brothers back, who have looked fantastic of late.
All right, sidebar with War Machine getting signed. Now you have the real Bludgeon Brothers coming in there.
Bludgeon Brothers are done. I'm sorry.
You think they're done?
Yeah,
Because
I think they're done. I don't see
literally. If you've seen War Machine, they have been doing it for a lot longer than the Bludgeon Brothers. Have
Right.
two big bearded dudes with almost the same color scheme to the outfits. It's very. I'm like, did they take the Bludgeon Brothers and try to make their own War Machine? And now they got signed last week. That'll be interesting. I can't wait to see that one.
Do the Bludgeon Brothers team up with War Machine and make a four-man big bearded faction?
that's a whole lot of beard.
And where where do I sign up?
I was gonna say we found the Halloween costumes next year. You and Joey. Me and Russ could be like the midget version.
There you go.
You and Joey could be that.
You and Taylor can team up as like the smaller version, and we can have five big bearded guys running around doing weird stuff.
We would be the Hobbit size. Jumping over to the women's Royal Rumble, Asuka, I think, is the pick. I see her, maybe Ruby Riott, but I mean, do we want to see Sasha Banks again? I don't think Sasha Banks is. I think she's going to be downgraded for a while.
Yeah.
But again, losing Paige is huge. Becky Lynch is another one.
I still think. I mean, unless they have bigger plans for it, I would be shocked if you didn't see Ronda Rousey in the Rumble, and B, if she doesn't come in and win it. Just because of the name and the star power going into WrestleMania. Have her go up against Charlotte maybe.
Yeah.
Because they already didn't they tease that beef during the Mae Young Classic?
Oh, that was such a horrible thing. Oh my God! You have one set of women. 4 horsewomen of WWE, 4 horsewomen of the UFC. They all get together and they just sit there looking at each other like. I swear, one of the UFC women is just standing there like this, like.
Look at the camera.
Look at,
What-
it's like, and
what do I do with my hands? I know, like, what do I usually do with my hands?
And they're like, and somebody's probably whispering to her, "Don't look at the camera," you know. But it's like,
You guys do that to me all the time.
well, yeah,
Sorry.
But you know, really, I mean, with the women's area, I mean, Naomi would be a dark horse, maybe. I mean, talk about a tremendous athlete. Natalia, Bailey is done.
It's so depressing.
It's that is so bad
She's
what they've done to
awesome.
her.
Yeah,
in the
I agree. In the ring, she's fantastic. One of the best.
Yeah.
When I was kind of bagging on Alexa Bliss like 10 minutes ago, Bailey's awesome.
Mickey James is just filler.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan.
Lana.
Lana. You know, I mean, I think the women's. I mean, I think Ruby Riott might. I think of dark horses, she would be another one, just because they seem to like. And she's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she has more behind her as far as like mic skills and in ring than the other two that got called up with her.
Yeah.
So I think she's like, they're gonna give her, because you know what, she's Paige. She's another version of Paige.
Yeah.
So I think she would be there. But yeah, I mean, it seems to be a little bit more clear cut with that one.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I personally think Asuka's going to get it.
I think Asuka, I love
that
seeing
was-
Asuka work in the ring.
That was great. Did you watch Monday night?
Yes.
Her versus Nia Jax. That was a really good match. That was really for the David and Goliath size difference thing, the master of the submission hold stuff. I thought it was really cool.
She is one of those, she's like in the female version of AJ Styles,
Yeah.
or something like that, where she can work any match you want.
And I liked how they they pushed the size difference, they pushed the David and Goliath thing, and it took her being taking an opportunity and feigning the injury that ended the match and kept the undefeated streak is a little blurry tonight, but she's still undefeated.
But you know what though, that kind of, what have we been saying? Sell.
Yeah.
Nia Jax, for all the crap that she's taken, for all the people that she's hurt. I mean, but Nia Jax has really improved herself.
Yeah.
To the point where you're like, you know what?
It's because she's hanging out with Enzo. How you doing?
Boston marinara.
Too much of the sauce.
Oh Lord, Enzo, I still want to punt you. But anyway, it was a great talk today, guys.
It was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you for coming by, and we're going to keep track of your next fight. We definitely want to have you on again.
Awesome. Well,
Cool.
anytime.
All right.
Woo, go Jazz.